Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to be taking a first look, set up, and do a first test with the Fitbit Charge 4. Now this was just released today. I'll leave links to it in the description. These come in black, burgundy, and dark blue, and the price is $150. There is also this special edition, which there's nothing different about the hardware or the Fitbit Charge itself. It simply comes with this reflective gray band for an additional $20, and you also get the black band in addition to the special edition band. Also, in each box you get the small and large size of the band, so you don't have to worry about ordering a certain size. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what's in the box. Now, unfortunately, I had some audio issues during my initial unboxing, but inside the box here, we have the Fitbit itself, of course. We have our charging cable with USB Type A on one end, and the other end clips onto the Fitbit. This is very common with all fitness trackers that I've used and reviewed. And in order to turn on and start to set up the Fitbit, you must plug it into the charger. Now, when you plug it in, you're going to get a smiley face, and you're going to start to set up. So it's going to tell you to go to fitbit.com/setup, but you can also just download the Fitbit app. You're going to have to make an account, so put in your email and password, enter some of your information in, such as your name, birthday, height, weight, information Fitbit needs to give you proper activity readings. When you get your Fitbit, you'll probably have an update, so go ahead and set that up, and while you set that up, it's going to show you all the features that are possible here on the Fitbit Charge 4. We have over 20 exercises we can choose from, 24/7 heart rate monitoring, very in-depth sleep tracking. Of course, we have the built-in GPS, which we're about to go into a lot of detail after we finish this setup here. And you can also receive your notifications on this Fitbit, so you can get your texts, your calls. You can't respond to calls. There is a preset list of texts you can respond with, like okay, thank you, see you soon, on my way, just basic messages to send off, which is nice. We do have 5 ATM waterproofing on this Fitbit Charge 4, so you can swim with this without worrying. Putting on the Fitbit for the first time, it was very comfortable. It's very lightweight. I had to swap out for the larger band to fit my wrist. And one thing I absolutely love is changing the bands on this Fitbit. It's so easy to just clip on and clip off. It's really simple, really intuitive. But now we're just going to go ahead and jump to the functionality of the Fitbit, check out the Fitbit app, and also do a workout. So again, we don't have a physical button here, just that capacitive button. But when we press that, we get a little vibration, little feedback. To navigate, simply swipe left and right. And to go back to that home screen, go ahead and hit that button again. You can swipe down for our notifications, and you can swipe up for all of your steps, sleep, health tracking. All of your data that's collected by the Fitbit will show up here. And when holding down that side button, you can get into do not disturb modes and screen wake. Raise to wake feature turns off. Hitting the button or tapping the screen will still turn the display on. And then our do not disturb mode for blocking all of your notifications for when you're sleeping. So that's it for the setup of the Fitbit Charge 4. Let's go ahead and test out the GPS capabilities. So simply swipe over once, jump into exercise, and right off the bat, you're going to have a few options here between running, biking, swimming, treadmill, outdoor workouts like a hike, and walking. And within each of these workouts, you can swipe up and you can choose whether or not you want to have that GPS on. Also, just for point of reference, we are at 70% battery before starting this workout. All right, so we're back from our first workout. And yes, public service announcement, I am sweating, so you don't need to go down to the comment section and freak out that I'm sweating. I'm actually using this fitness activity tracker for what it's intended to do, opposed to just sitting at a desk, holding it in between my fingers and saying it's a great product. So when you finish your workout, you're going to get a nice work, but it's going to give you your total time of your workout. It's going to give you your distance. It's going to give you your pace per mile if necessary. These are your zone minutes, which we'll get into here in a minute. We have our average heart rate here, and we have our max heart rate. This seems to be a lot more accurate than the Samsung trackers I've used, and like the Xiaomi Mi Band 4. Some of those trackers were saying my heart rate was above 200 beats per minute, which just didn't seem accurate for the workouts I've been doing. So this seems like a lot more accurate and on pace, but we'll definitely check that out more as time goes on. We have our calories burned. We have our total steps. We have our amount of elevation, which is pretty cool, 65 feet. So we can go ahead and check that off. And now if we come over to the Fitbit app, you'll see that your workout is synced here. So our first day of the week, this is a Monday, so it says 1 of 5 days exercise this week. And we have some of our basic stats here, which were from the workout we just did, and also just walking around in general and just getting a little bit of use out of it. So the thing that they really focus on here in the Fitbit app and the Fitbit world, I guess, are these zone minutes. So it's a little different than just like straight up activity minutes. It's going to track all of your activities throughout the day. It's also going to track more vigorous exercises as additional minutes. If you're doing something really intense, like running really fast, it might give you 2 zone minutes for 1 minute of activity. So it just kind of gives you an overall kind of average of these zone minutes, and they want you to hit 150 zone minutes per week by recommendations of the American Heart Association. Also, we started the workout with 70% battery, and we are now down to 57% battery. So 13% battery used on a 20-minute or so workout with that GPS tracking on, which yes, it has a 7-day battery life, but when they say 7-day battery life, it's just kind of unrealistic because it doesn't take into consideration what you're actually going to be using the fitness tracker for. If you didn't really use it to track fitness, just used it as a timepiece, then yes, it's going to get you 7 days. But if you're going to actually use it like we're using it here right now, you're definitely going to have to be charging more often than just once a week. All right, so what I'm most curious about, and probably what you're most curious about, is that GPS tracking, because this has GPS built in. Okay, so as you can see, we just jumped into our exercises for the week, and this was our exercise that we just did. This does look to be pretty accurate. We also have a bunch of other information in here, such as our splits. So I did do a mile of running and jogging. I did a mile of just walking in that last about quarter mile or so there. That was our best rate. That was our best pace. We have our elevation tab here. We had a little bit easier of an exercise as it went on. So that could explain why I did better towards the end. So here we have a bunch of different heart rate information. It's going to show us our various heart rates throughout the exercise. So next we have our energy burned here. Honestly, the more data, the better. And then we have impact on my day. And again, showing us those active zone minutes. I think that's going to be a good metric to just help you overall with your week. It can be hard to think about, well, this day I ran this many miles, and this day I walked 2 miles, and this day I did nothing. So instead of just thinking about all the things you did in the week, you can just keep in your head, what are my active zone minutes? That's all I need to focus on to meet some good fitness goals. And then we have a recents tab. I'm sure that as you do this more over time, it'll be much more helpful to you. You can look at a whole graph of all of your exercises, where you need to be, again, helping you reach those fitness goals. Also, before I forget, the difference in the special edition band and the classic band that comes with all of the other Fitbits is that this is a much wider band compared to the classic edition. It may not look like much difference on camera, but seeing it in person and seeing it with my own eyes, it definitely is a lot slimmer in width. But first impressions here of the Fitbit Charge 4. I am so far impressed with this. It definitely did a good job of workout tracking. It seems to do a lot of things in terms of your sleep tracking and able to log your food and water. Before I forget and someone flames me in the comments, there are new software features on the Fitbit Charge 4. One of them being Spotify connectivity, meaning that you can control Spotify with your Fitbit Charge 4 that's playing on your phone. So I didn't really bring this up earlier because I think something like this should have onboard storage. If they're bringing GPS to this device, meaning you don't need to bring your phone with you for workouts, they should have onboard storage with the Charge 4 so that you don't need to bring your phone with you if you want to listen to music. It just doesn't make sense. And all of the latest truly wireless earbuds coming to the market, they don't have onboard storage. So you're going to have to bring your phone with you if you want to listen to music. So they're boasting the GPS feature, which it is a great feature, and also the Spotify, which is a great feature, but they need to bring onboard storage to it to fully take advantage of that Spotify, in my opinion. And then this is a truly standalone device, and you can really just take this and then you don't need your phone in any circumstance. I'm impressed with just the general navigation. It's pretty good for what it is. There's a lot of customization you can do with this Charge 4. There's many more things we can dive into. So let me know if you guys want to see a full review of this. But what are your thoughts on the Fitbit Charge 4? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to the Shane Symonds YouTube channel today and hitting that bell icon for notifications. I hope to see you guys around for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.